Pool is shutting it down. The Lauren Chen Russia money dried up, and he's shutting her down. I have the full stream. It's like a 2-hour stream. This may be the last Timcast IRL is the title of it, and then it was the link to the URL to the stream, I guess. It was in the title. Whatever. He goes on to talk about all sorts of the reasons. Here are some of the top reasons. Can you believe that one of the main reasons is he has no bitches? He's maidenless. And he's like, damn, that sucks. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, so spoiler for that one. We'll see what else happens.
The show is over. But yeah, I think this might
The show is over.
be the end. We are
A little loud.
we are well off. It is not a financial thing. We make a lot of money. But piece by piece, the structure becomes bigger and bigger and bigger until it becomes impossible to manage.
Damn. That's pretty sad. Is that Adele? Well, it might be Adele.
You know, I would never call out anybody personally or individually. I would just say that
my corn is so moist that it's actually dripping.
I actually skimmed this a little bit. They were talking about...
And then the culture war trying to make something.
They were talking about an employee, and they were throwing under the bus a woman employee whose name I forget, that we could skim for if we really cared about it, when he said that. Dr. Gamble, thanks for the biddies. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Like, compounding...
Compounding what? I have a feeling that if I let that music play for too long, I will get a strike. So I have to break it up. But essentially, he's just not man enough to run the company.
I don't know. Laziness.
Yeah.
That
Just calling it laziness by other people that this didn't work out. I thought, but it's making financially enough money. So shouldn't your management just be better then?
that builds up over time, which adds more and more workload to, you know, me and Allison to get to the point where we're just like, can't do it.
Damn, dude. We went too hard with the katana flintlock combo. Fuck off. Rublum redeeming say something nice about Tim Pool. You know what? Honestly, for real, it is a wonder that Tim Pool has made this work at all with the personality he's been forced to carry around through this life by the cosmos. Like there's, by all rights, this was dead in the water before it launched, right? But he made it work somehow, some fucking way. I don't know. I mean, honestly, the model is kind of be unlikable as fuck and you'll make some money.
We do really well. And, you know.
We do really well. This sounds like Cope. It's not financial. We do really well, but we have to shut down.
The problem is, without a proper CEO who isn't hosting the show, it's not possible.
Jerry Jones is the owner of the Cowboys and the GM, and that's going great. This isn't the market for that. You guys don't get my sports jokes. That's a good joke. That is a good joke. Bardlock Moses feels me.
Like, I think we have like 30-something employees. And so, you know, the conversations I've had with family is like, I am under no illusions that I have the capability to make this company what it could be.
But he can't? I could do it, but I can't do it?
And I hear all these things. No, Tim, you're wrong. You're wrong. Oh, come on. We've been trying to get a coffee shop open for 2 years. Yeah. Clearly, I cannot do it.
A coffee shop? Why does he want a coffee shop? Oh, I think that flintlock is real. Lance of the Surf was in Tim's compound. Tim just owns a Civil War gun for some reason. It's a real gun? Is Lance certified to make that call? That's a real flintlock. Because that was my impression of Lance from the Surfs. Because he's Canadian.
I skateboard every day. Yeah, if we can't make cameras and a computer work, and despite all the previous failures we've had, there's not a single person here who can make sure that either the studio is operating.
It's just nobody can do anything around here. That's funny. When right-wingers get a hold of this kind of stuff, like, it inevitably falls apart. It's funny, though, that this happened after the Russia money dried up. Pretty odd.
Or secondary studios operating. we've gotten to a point in the company where everyone's kind of just kicked their feet up and said, I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Okay. And so you can't manage that? I could motivate a group of people. I've done this before. If I can run a McDonald's, you can run fucking Timcast. That shit's easy compared to a McDonald's. You ever tried to herd a bunch of fucking teenagers that don't want to be there before? Man, you got to be a funny, affable guy. I was the guy for the job.
Yeah. And then that just means I'm Sisyphus pushing the rock up. The problem is people are sitting on the rock. We have this awesome property. We have skate parks.
We have skate parks. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Willy Wonka's Candy Factory or whatever, Chocolate Factory. Why can't we get people to just do something? Again, like...
Why can't... You're a bad boss. People don't like you.
Not calling anybody... I don't want to insult anyone directly, but it's just... seeing someone stand around do nothing. And then so the challenge is, in order to make this show operate, I have to work what is effectively 16 hours a day. So like I haven't had a... It's fair...
16 hours a day, huh? I'm glad that your endeavor is ruining your life personally. Is anyone else having a good time watching Tim Pool have a bad time?
Bicycles!
I love that him not having friends and fam that like him for more than his money has spurred on a midlife crisis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's I hope it gets worse. Yeah, I know, right? You're indifferent. You're like, I could take or leave Tim Pool's agony. Well, the rest of us will rejoice. You can be the one that watches the crab dance. The rest of us will still be the crabs.
There's a weekday sunset in 4 years. You know, like just through the window or something, or now that we're in the...
Aw, he hasn't seen a weekday sunset in 4 years? Wow, man. Anyway, I spend my days with my beautiful little family and my wife and my dog and my cats, my friends. Every week is surrounded by things that I look forward to by design. This is the way I chose not to do the hustle. I chose not to do the grind. I do not maximize my earning potential. I maximize my happiness quotient. I don't have a skate park compound, however, so I am a failure in that regard. I do have a temporary greenhouse in my backyard, though. I just harvested some taters. They're looking pretty good. I'm gonna eat some more taters later. Maybe even tonight.
Studio, there's no windows at all. Wow, what if I finished work at a normal time like everybody else and just, I don't know, hopped in the car and went down to the river and looked at frogs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Life is better when you're not being a piece of shit every day? Holy shit. If you just always had looked at frogs or whatever the fuck you want to do, you freak, you never would have had any of these problems. I'm glad that it's eating you. This is exactly what I want for you. This is how it's going to end for each and every right-winger, by the way. It just eats them. Can we build a communal trampoline basketball court? Can we have a regular basketball court and then also a trampoline basketball court? I would prefer the regular one.
If I show up in the morning and I do my morning show, I get to give a portion of the work that I do to them so that they can try and make something work. And, you know, I know they're trying as hard as they can.
Oh, this is a communal thing.
And some more successful than others. But it just becomes too burdensome to the point where unless they get off the ground and are able to maintain and manage themselves and make money, we can't do it anymore.
And make money.
There's a degree of staff required to run a show like this. And it's, yeah, I'm going to work 16 hours every single day to the bone and figuratively say I get no weekday sunsets.
No weekday sunsets. Dude, I feel like he's been sitting there and thinking about this line specifically over and over. I get no weekday sunsets. He was crying last night about it. I get no weekday sunsets. To the bone. My ass, dude.
So that someone else can be like, I ain't gonna fix it. And there are a lot of people here who are willing to do a lot more and go above and beyond. Yeah, Raymond's sitting right here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I was like, yeah, you should sit in this one. And then there are a lot of people that are like, when can I put the knife in Tim's back? I can keep doing.
When can I put the knife in Tim's back? Bro, it's so fucking sad. Oh, what a shit show.
My morning show, there's no issue.
Yeah.
I require 0 employees to do that. So I kind of feel like I shouldn't get paid less for, like, so I'll give you some stories.
He's having a hard time.
We've had instances of people who work here leaking private information to far leftists who are harassing and stalking us.
Tim Cedar.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We've had instances of people stealing equipment, getting caught on camera. The show.
He got asked point blank if he was autistic after going on this weird diva. What? In the same thing?
We've got to shut everything down. And if we wanted to salvage IRL, we got to get it back down to 2 employees.
Okay.
2 employees?
Are you on the spectrum? And I don't mean that as a negative.
What the fuck?
Is it
I
means like
would
you?
I would believe the answer is no.
Okay, because you're very, very very
Meticulous?
direct. Yeah, my friend
You're very direct.
Matt McClory's
I think that's exasperation, not autism.
okay. Well, maybe
We've got to.
What the fuck? I don't understand. I guess I have his whole stream here. There is a portion of this where he talks about not having a wife or kids and lamenting that, and I don't know when it is. I couldn't possibly skim this whole thing. I'm trying to see if anybody has a timestamp for anything on here.
Are able to maintain and manage themselves.
me neither, but that's just because not a great reader.
Well, if I did sell them, 500.
He's just like
You know,
brainstorming. This whole thing is a cope stream. Let's just
They're
skim
going
it.
to force their team to put on onesies because it's beneficial
Aerodynamic.
He's he got a
to
tech
build
deck?
culture. And it's like, damn, I'm just kind of like, after 4 years, maybe we just can't do it. I mean, so it's like, at a certain level, there's a person who's your boss, but they know that there's a difference between an employee who says we're going to fire you and a talent who says we need you to stop sticking gun under the table during the show.
Right.
And then how do we manage the talent? And
Sticking
so it's
a
really
gun?
a cooperative effort at the highest levels.
Of course.
What the fuck were they talking about?
Basically saved all my money always. Worked at Vice. Keep doing this. I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was
Later on, then eventually.
I'm going to get recommended. I'm going to beat all of you out.
Yeah.
It's just a numbers game. Right now, I would pass. Look at the tested and think there, but for the Grayskull eye.
Ooh, they
might
got the
be a
crazy
coward. I'm
guy
afraid when
on.
I might find out.
That guy's the
Songs from
craziest one they
1997, and
have.
Dickie wrote it about how his generation and start getting promotion because we're like
This guy right here.
If I did,
Oh, Ian's here. Welcome, Ian.
Hey, what's up, dude?
He must have just turned in and heard what was going on.
man?
were you sleeping the whole time?
Okay.
Dave.
Michael Landau.
Highway to
You
heaven.
need a microphone, Ian.
My brother's name is Michael, though, so that works.
Dude,
Yeah.
Were you asleep?
I was. I thought.
do they all live together on site? It's Moon Lord. They all live there? This is sick shit, man.
I thought Hannah Claire and Seamus were going to be here.
And it is extremely difficult to do all of this at one time.
Question for you then: what do you want to do in real life?
Well, I would do this if it were possible. So I'm going to do the morning show, which I think the strategy is like shave everything down to the core, morning show, produce the content, and then from there regrow.
It would be fun.
A
Could do
reboot.
something fun.
A reboot of sorts, do you think?
Yeah, IRL times. So we are we range from like we're consistently the top 10 live streams in the world
Yeah.
in terms of viewership. In terms of super chats, we've consistently been the #1 human being hosted
yeah?
show because the VTubers make way more than us.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, if you
The VTubers make more? Damn. I should have been a VTuber. Should there be a VTuber upgrade? Instead of the corn suit, I VTube.
if you're doing a live show, but you
VTubers are not human. They are V.
have an
Those are like
avatar
the
of a
robot
hot
ladies or something?
anime woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will make
Yeah,
more.
that's the deal.
But so
People are
that's
trash.
great. But it's also just you know,
Are you going to talk about how you want a wife?
I don't know. It's been 4 years, and
I wanna-
we,
I wanna
we,
start-
we reached the point where I think. So here are the challenges. Clearly, we got to fire people.
Clearly, we got to fire people.
The problem is everyone's essential to a certain degree, and so that means the show's not going to function if we start to get rid of people. So then it's just like,
Clearly, we got to fire people, but it's not a financial thing? Huh?
do we put the show on a hiatus and start reassessing how we need to find and hire people? And then what do? We wait 3 months of going through the hiring process and burning money,
And then people
so
might
we can
come
be
back or
like,
not.
who do we find who's going to be able to run this properly? And no. Or I just be like, look, I need to make sure that my show runs in the morning so I can live and feed my family and pay my bills. Like waking up and not having a show for my
So I can pay my bills. It's financial.
morning show, I'm like, okay, well, who's paying the bills? If it's not going to get done, and I don't have the people who's gonna run even that, it's annoying when we try and do Cast Castle, it fails. Cast Castle 2.0 comedy, it fails. Boonies, it fails. And I'm like, but that's ancillary investment, and that's my failure. I can't make it work. I get it. But when those projects
He's mad that the audience doesn't go to the ancillary stuff.
In me being unable to do the core show, which pays the bills,
What is wrong with salami?
You weren't good enough, friends. You're all fired. That's right.
then it's just like we're going to stop.
Yeah,
You sleep in a bed with a man named Moonlord. They sleep in the same bed.
got subscriptions. Subscription models are where it's at because then it frees you up to do.
Who makes the product for the subscribers?
That's up to you. Basically, you get to make whatever you want.
Sure. So
Whenever you want.
IRL only exists because we have members. If every single member quit, IRL ceases to exist. Period.
Yeah, memberships is legit. Dude, the Discord is so poppin'. I just did a game jam with a bunch of people from the Timcast Discord and others.
Yeah, it's probably a good time.
We all these developers over 2 weeks developed video games, and then they did this contest. There were like 16 entries, and then they voted. They got down to 5 finalists, and then they had me come in with another guest judge, and we played the games live. And then they were like, dude, we love everything you're doing, and they didn't.
What the fuck? This guy just does not want to be fired. The best part of this stream is when this fucking crazy guy showed up.
We worship Timcast, but they're like, dude,
I like his
people
hoodie
that
too.
Are like subscribing to the company. The games were awesome, by the way. Biggest Dickus Architectus was my favorite. It was one of the winners. It was a really cool game of like physics and stuff. So that was like an untapped market. I'm like, yo, if we hosted like a video game judgment
A video game judgment thing, we would make money. Come on, dude.
thing where developers were just constantly creating games, passing them in, and then there was like a $1,500 prize that went to the winner. And
You might get like 2,000 people watching, maybe 10. I don't know if that's a big market. To my
well,
world.
you create
Whereas-
the market. This is the point. It's like you
Oh my god, he's got so many bad ideas. This is fantastic.
set the
For
trend.
video games, that's not bad.
What's that?
I think for video games, that's not bad.
Are you going
No,
off
it
topic?
was fantastic.
Yeah.
And like it's like another way to garner fans.
He wants to hollow out the moon for gold? Does the moon have gold on it?
and give back
Why
to
do we want its gold?
the community that's subscribing, and also to make money and to pay people that are up and coming developers.
Okay, I don't care about this.
IRL can't sustain itself.
Can't stand itself, even though.
IRL requires the members.
Everybody
to exist in
hates
the show
Moonlord,
because
I
we
agree.
need drivers, we need guest booking,
Okay.
hotel,
Yeah,
travel
a lot of the
accommodation.
costs.
Okay, I see.
We
I
could
see,
also
I see.
do no guests. We don't need guests.
Yeah, they're worthless.
I know.
It's like it's great having them,
unbelievable.
He's been saying naughty things.
and
the
we
whole time.
can.
He has
Barely
been.
not.
We can, but that show me and you and Phil
super
did
hilarious.
was so awesome. Like we could just hang out. We don't need to fly people in every day. We could do like guests
Back
once
back
a
in the
week
day,
or
the old
twice a
one,
week.
old school.
Back
You
when
do
it was
like
him,
once a
you
week
and
or
Adam, it
something?
was just as entertaining.
I mean, that's actually what I was saying. Is one of the core ideas is to just get rid of everything but the skeleton crew.
Yeah, and then just have guests whenever.
We can tell the guests if you want to come on the show, you drive yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
people do it.
no more covering your planes, Dave.
This was the first time you did.
What do you mean?
I always would book myself.
Oh, really?
I never wanted to
Hilarious.
burden anybody with.
Oh, you're such a nice man.
yeah,
We
but
even get
they-
some people first class.
They jumped on it, and yeah, can you?
Yeah, let's do skeleton crew.
Well, we'll think about it.
But that's when you started blowing up too, Tim. Like OG fans.
middle seat.
You,
Dude, it's so funny that he's been getting fucked this whole time.
you and Adam, and then
Paying
young
for
gentleman came
planes.
We
around.
have so many hosts
So
now.
yeah, it was.
Who is this fucking random guy? Is he just a tech guy? Is he? Why is he on camera talking? Every time this fucking guy opens his mouth, it's like, "Are we good? Anything else? How's this end?"
Tour bus basically living in. I can like I believe that the actual mentality of the average employee. I say average employee. I'm not speaking about anyone individual. What do I have to say to make this day end?
I don't think anybody's looking at a clock right now, though.
No,
This
there.
isn't the regular day.
I think that this company has too much of. I don't got to do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then when it falls down and I have to catch it, they're just like, I don't care. And you know what?
He's so alone in the
I
world.
think it's in the Discord for the people who value it as a community.
God, he's so bitter.
The morning show will exist in some fashion if IRL does not, and then I can do one bigger show instead of two,
Dude, it's so funny.
bulky shows, or one light like the morning.
The
show.
Russian money dried up, and that was it. That's what happened. We don't have to watch any more of this. He's not saying anything. He's just bitching. The Russian money dried up, and it was over. That's beautiful.
Cool.
You love to see it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's it. That's all I can get. I don't think I've ever seen him have an ounce of joy. When do right wingers ever have joy? It never happens. I think it's just a grift to increase donations, and then he's gonna come out with the you have done more donations. I can stay.